So this is for group B, and I just sorry, that pause there because I just noticed that I accidentally screenshotted the recording area set to full screen. Sorry about that. I think we can make out the problem. Hopefully you have it in front of you as well. I'm not going to do the front of your sheet, the ones with just the fractions, and that's because I did that in the group A video, because you both had the same exact front, your back was different. So if you want to see a video on how to do that and get some example problems in that area, just flip over to group A's video, and let me make sure you know where that is. So like if you click here, group A's, and that'll have the video for you. It should. And then if you need any, the basics, like I told them at the end, so you didn't see this, there's a video on adding and subtracting fractions here, so you can go back and watch that. Multiplying, dividing, order of operating, anything you need should be here. Just go look at it. There was one other thing I wanted to show you. Can't remember what it is though. We'll see if I remember by the end of the video. Let's go back to this and sort of talk about what's going on here. Now, word problems are tough. I can just, show you some general things, but there's one of those topics that you sort of just have to figure out, and it takes time and lots of work. So we'll go through a few together so you can kind of get into it a little bit, and then you'll kind of hopefully be able to get started on the rest. So a rope that measures 3 98/100 meters is cut into two pieces. One piece measures 1 425 thousandths meters. What is the length of the other piece? So I know that I have a rope, so there's my rope. The whole rope is 3.98. Sorry about that, being messed up. We went to this rope and we cut off maybe this much, and that much was 1.425. So we need to know what is left in the rope. Well, it looks like I'm taking this section and taking away that. So the operation in that case would be subtraction. So we're going to subtract. And if you watched the video yesterday, you saw that with decimals, when you subtract, you always line up those decimals. Now, I was talking and I just did this. Hopefully you immediately noticed what I did wrong. Is obviously, if we're going to subtract, we need this 3 to be up top. So let me hit undo here and then copy that right here. And if you ever make a mistake and you realize, oh, I can't subtract that, just go ahead and erase, flip it up, and let's put in a 0 there. So, well, we can't subtract 5 from 0, so we have to regroup. We're going to make that a 10. Make that a 7. 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 2 is also 5. 9 minus 4, also 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2 and 555 thousandths would be A. Let's go on to the next one. Paul owes his father $10.75. He borrows $5.50 more. So let's go ahead and start getting down these integers. If he owes, we know that that should be a negative, $10.75. He borrows $5.50 more, so he's going to be adding to his debt, but since he's borrowing still, he's adding to it to a negative. So we're going to make that a negative because he's still borrowing. He's not paying back. Which of the following best represents Paul's debt? So we know we're taking the negative that he had and adding more negative. Since they have the same sign, we know to add and keep the sign. So I'm going to put a negative here, and let's just work out the problem. Just like before, since we're still adding, go ahead and line up your decimals. We have a 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Bring the decimal down. That would be 6 and 1. So negative $16.25. And it's negative because he owes that money. It's debt. So that looks like A as well. Let's see. I didn't get this sheet in front of me. I just now copied it. Let's look at it and see. Here, we can fix this really fast. Let's start a new page. This won't take but a second. Sorry about that. All right, and we'll grab 6. There we go. That should do it. All right, so there's number 6 where we can actually see it. All right, Miss Lent has, it looks like $3,095.63. So let me just write that down. There's be a zero there in her checking account. Now, since she has that money, we know that would be a positive because she has it. She wrote a check to pay for 2 airline tickets. That check totaled $1,348.92. So we're going to add, but since she's writing a check, she's spending the money, so we know it's a negative that we're adding. How much does she have left? So right off the bat, I notice we're adding, and the signs are different, which means we're actually going to subtract. So let's line up our decimals. And hopefully, you realize at this point that if you have 3,000 something, you're spending 1,000, you're still going to have a positive balance. You don't even need integer rules to figure that out probably, because you have more money than you're spending. Switch to blue here. 3 minus 2 is 1. We have to regroup, make that a 16, that a 4. 16 minus 9 is 7, so it looks like 71 cents. Once again, we'll regroup, make that an 8, make this a 14. And if you are unsure about this, then talk to me so that I can try to get you help, because this is pretty basic, but there are people who forget, so let me know if you need help with that. 14 minus 8 is 6. 8 minus 4 is 4. Once again, we can't subtract 0 minus 3, so we're going to make it a 10. Make that a 2. 10 minus 3 is 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. So $1,746.71, which is C. So there's 3 of your problems. If you have any issues at all past this, log on to Edmodo, say, what do you guys think, and see what other students think, how much they can help you, and if they can't, then that'll give me something to talk about tomorrow with you.